สวัสดีครับผู้ชมทุกท่านยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่บริการของผมรุดี Hello and welcome to Thai Basis. This lesson, articulation of tones, is part of Thai Basis. Have you ever been in a situation, be it in Thailand or in any country, where you had to deal with Thai people and you wanted to make yourself understood by using your Thai that you've learned over the past couple of days, weeks, months, or even years, and people wouldn't understand you properly, and you would ask yourself the question, why don't Thai people understand me? I don't know why. So out of my experience, most often it has to do with articulation. This can be articulation, as we have already talked about in previous lessons, of vowels or articulation of consonants. But it could also have to do with the articulation of the tones, so basically the tones of Thai language. This is what we are going to look at today. Now, Thai language, as you most probably know, is a tonal language, which means there are 5 tones in Thai. Let's have a look at these tones. There is the middle tone, which can be represented by an arrow basically indicating on what level, in reference to the other tones, it exists. We have a low or deep tone, which is, as it already says, low. We have a falling tone, a high tone, and a rising tone, all of which are represented most often using arrows, using lines or patterns which the tone actually follows, or more or less follows. Now, for people who have never had to do with tonal languages or tones, especially Thai tones, it may appear very difficult because you always try to at the beginning to pronounce or start the tone from where you actually left off, so it appears like singing in a way. And I remember back when I was learning the Thai tones, I was very not only frustrated on one hand, but also it appeared so difficult to cope with these tones, and I felt like it's almost impossible. And it really felt like singing. You had, for instance, you had a middle tone, and from there you needed to add in the second syllable a falling tone, so which brought you then basically down, and you were on a different level. And then again here you should add a middle tone, so you kind of like had to remember what sound or what tone did you express back here, and you wanted to adapt it with this tone or make it similar, so you had to rise this one up, and then it felt like a high tone as compared to the falling tone you had before. So I was completely confused, and we had exercises like just taking Thai syllables, for instance here, the ga gai and sala a, so the K sound plus the long A vowel, which could be transcribed with my alliteration as K-A-A, so the 2A in a row expressing a long vowel, A. So basically the syllable is ga, ga, ga. And then we tried in the class, to basically use this syllable and try to build the different tones. So the middle tone at the beginning appeared to be quite easy. I just would go like ga, 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 and I tried to hold the tone on the same level, ga, and then it came to the high tone or deep tone or rising or falling tone, and we would just try to do it. Okay, let's go with a low tone. So I would go as compared to the middle tone, which was ga. I would go toward ga, ga, and then high tone would be ga, ga. So I had to ga, ga, ga. Remember the different levels, or the different levels of the tone that I already used. So it was kind of like difficult. And then falling tone would be like ga, and rising tone ga, and we will make exercises, trying to rebuilt these tones within class, and people started basically singing. So you went like ga 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 ga, and it just sounded so stupid, and it also felt stupid. And actually, this is kind of like a signal that I would like to give you here, and just tell you, don't try to do it like that. Don't try to, sing the language. And I think there should be a much different approach taught, not only in schools, but also, especially in these language schools where foreigners try to learn Thai. And basically, we say that Thai is a tonal language, and Thai has different tones, and that is, of course, true. And the tones are, or have to be, distinguished from one another, because sometimes the same word spoken in a different tone has a different meaning. So that is why it's so important. But we can also say that in English or German, for instance, we do have actually tones within our language that we use. However, if you get the tone wrong, it doesn't mean that people don't understand what you were saying, but it just sounds weird, basically. So let's have a look at this. Middle tone. The middle tone you can imagine in Thai, like if you say, for instance, you see something and you really think it's shitty what the other person did, so you can go like boo, boo, and you then basically hold a level of tone, and in the end you fall down a little bit, like boo, 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 however you would say it. But this comes pretty close to how you would perceive a middle tone in Thai. So basically, uh, uh, mm, That's whatever word you're using then, this is the main sound pattern. The low tone, or the deep tone, on the other hand, is somewhat comparable to when we say, when you observe something in English, and you're really, first of all, maybe shocked, or it just touches you somehow, and you go like bah, bah, bah. You're surprised or whatever, scared or frightened also. There are different applications, of course, but just imagine yourself saying the word bah, bah, bah. Whatever situation you may see yourself in saying this word, but this comes pretty close to the low or deep tone in Thai, ba. Then let's go to the next tone, which is basically the falling tone. Falling tone comes very close to when in English you have a situation where you are you're inspired, you very much like something, you think something is amazing or just beautiful, wonderful landscape or whatever, and you go like, wow, wow. You're so really surprised, wow, 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 wow. This is what comes pretty close to what is the falling tone in Thai. Mm, mm, mm. Then let's move to the high tone. Also here we have somehow a word that helps us remember, which is, if you're very surprised and want to, or if you cannot believe something and you're going like, what? 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 So, what? 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 And this is then what goes straight up or is high, what? And basically is very close to what we perceive as being a high tone in Thai. And then we have the last, the rising tone, which is comparable to in English, if we do something and somebody else, for instance, is questioning what you're doing and you don't really care, and maybe they make a comment on, oh, you've done this, oh, you've done that, and so basically asking, why did you just do such a stupid thing, or I don't really appreciate what you've done, and you're just going like, so what, or whatever, so, and this basically comes again in terms of the pattern, so very close to what is perceived as a rising tone in Thai. So basically we have the five different tones. Middle tone, which was a we have the deep tone, we have the falling tone, we have the high tone, and we have the rising tone, and these are the tones that we should get familiar with, and of which we should think that they're actually the tones. So it's not like singing, it's more just like a and so on. Now let's see how that works with Thai syllables, and let's also display in the red box the words that we used to get close to how the actual sound of the tone is. So the middle tone, which was boo, boo. Now let's take the Thai syllable that we had at the beginning and try to produce this syllable using the same tonal pattern. So boo, change that to being ga, 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 that is the middle tone. Ga, ga, ga. Now let's go to the low or deep tone, which was ba, ba, ba. And let's adapt this to the Thai syllable. So you basically end up saying, instead of ba, you go like ga, 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 deep tone. Falling tone, where we had the word wow, 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 really surprising, amazing. You see something and you're just like wow, okay? And let's adapt this to the Thai syllable, and you end up saying ga, ga, ga. All right, and then the high tone, which was referred to as what, you transferred that to the Thai language, and you end up saying ga, 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 what, yeah, what. Sorry for behaving so stupidly, but this way you really if you repeat after me, you really learn how to produce the sound, and then also how to apply it to other syllables. And then the rising tone, where we had the example of so, you can apply it and just say ga, ga, ga. Yeah, and that way you can basically, by remembering, oh, how was it in English? And I mean, if we say, for instance, let's say so, let's take the red example. So, it doesn't have the same meaning as if we would say so, or so. It has a different meaning. So if you tell me, oh, you shouldn't have done that in the so, I'm going like so, then everybody knows what I mean. However, if I say so, or so, it's completely different. So basically in English we also use, tones. Just it depends on what situation you use it in, okay? And of course the words do not change in their meaning if you say it, if you don't use the tones right. However, it may sound a bit weird, or you're not used to that sound. Okay, so I hope you kind of like rephrase or respeak the different tones with different words, with different syllables, with different I don't know, patterns, and just try to memorize how the patterns are from middle tone to deep tone to falling tone, to high tone, and rising tone, Try to get familiar with the pattern and then try to adapt this within your speaking, and you will see that you will be much better understood by applying the correct tones to the right words. I hope this was helpful, and I would like to thank you for your patience, thank you for your attention, and for your support by, sharing my lessons with all of your friends. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon in next lesson. ขอบคุณนะครับที่ใช้บริการที่ผมสั่งมาเนี่ยแล้วก็หวังว่าเราจะได้มีโอกาสเจอกันอีกนะครับในบทหน้าสวัสดีครับผม